dude. I totally get it. He's in Germany, so that was kind of like the only time that we could schedule that wasn't too bad for me and too bad for him, you know, but he's on the opposite side of the world. I've actually had Tomfu on the channel before, though. What's it called? We have an interview as well. I'm not sure if you've seen that or not, but you can check that out if you're interested as well. And we talk about like how to get on the, we talked about a lot of things like how to get on the label and all that. Yeah, so this isn't the first time that he's been around. We know each other. I've got a rapport with him. I've got a rapport. But I'm also, you know, just going live now, so there will be something for everybody since, you know, I'm doing 2 streams today, essentially, I guess. See today, or anything that you'd like to explore together? I'm not gonna lie, I woke up at like 1 and I had 2 lessons, and last night I was trying to start a collab with somebody, and they're also on the opposite side of the world, and so I ended up staying up so late. So I don't know how useful I'm going to be today, but I am here. We can do some stuff, but yeah, if anybody, if Nate or anyone has any suggestions in the chat for what you'd like to do or what you would like to see. Well, I feel like going back to bed, to be perfectly honest, but maybe something, maybe I can just do like some chill hip hop or something. That could be cool. Some chill pop. Started in just a second. Just kind of doing some background things, getting all nice and tidily set up. Let's do that later. I need to have Discord open on my iPad. I think we're just about ready. Turn lights on. lost one of your earbuds? A mono experience? Oh no. That's not good. Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name's Alckemy. We are going to be getting down on some production here in a second, but before I do that, we have some quick play spells to get through. And I'm just going to go ahead and play through those, and if you're not sure what that is, it's basically like everyday submissions that are 15 seconds or less that you can just post some ideas, or you know, it could be a sound, it could be a beat, it could be some beatboxing, it could be whatever you want, as long as it's safe for work, because other people are watching me at, you know, all different locations and whatever. That being said, it's also a cool way to share your work, but also hold you accountable for being like, man, I hadn't made anything in a while, I really need to, you know, make something, or you get what I'm saying. So we've got three. Wait, we've got I think we've got 4. 5? 4. Because I didn't play this one. So let's go through those. That's not as bad as you say, but it's alright. Kind of reminds me of like ending credits Donkey Kong Country or something. That one's cool. A little sharp, but still interesting. This is like a customization shop. You know, Orland Beat Pal. Coming right up. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Like a, yeah, like a, I don't know, tune, like modify your gun shop or something. Yeah, this one, I listened to this one earlier today. This one's sick. Surf skate shop, yeah. Yeah, this one is cool, dude. I think that you should finish that. Funky. That's cool. All right, so yeah, get your submissions in. Only submit once per day, please, but it's just a cool way to interact with the community. But now that we've done that, I guess we'll start with some drums, because that's what I always do. And then we'll kind of see where today takes us. In fact, what I might do is... yeah, we're gonna do something like that. Something kind of like that, I think would be kind of cool. Turn the metronome off. I don't even care that it's not in time, because I know what it's supposed to be. Just gonna make a kick out of this. It's not the worst. What am I gonna do next? Just to... Give me 1 second. Okay. I really like the the sound of this kick. I just want to see if there's a way that I can make it louder because it has a really nice texture. You know what? I think I can. So what I need to do though is I need to take off or chop off the top end, and it should be fine. Nice. It's still very quiet, but okay. So what I can do now is I'm gonna keep the Pro L2 up. And then over on this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna adjust this to where this is Isn't that so interesting how that works? I'm gonna use another clipper over on this side to try to... Here we go. It's so weird how that phase works like that. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So what I might even do is I might use a replacer and just get an 808 in here. Mhm. That honestly sounds pretty good. Maybe we'll just keep that. Um, let's get some texture in here now. Oh yeah, that's nice. Sweet. Can always remove the tail if I need to. And do a clap. Hey Chase, what's up, dude? How are you? Sounds pretty good. I think I can work with that, to be honest. Even though it doesn't have a lot of high end, I can always pull it back. Yeah. You just introduce some high end through the vocoder. Sounds pretty good. I fucked it up, but it's okay. Yeah, that still sounds okay. So this just is a little bit too bright. There we go. Fucking drums, man. So specific. So specific with what the requirements are to make it. There we go. Something that I might try as well is I might even just turn that off. That's better. There we go. Except I don't need that top layer as much anymore. I was trying to find a good LA2A style comp. Heard UVI Opal was good. I think that's the one, if I'm not mistaken, for that kind of compressor. I mean, I'm curious though, like why do you want that one of every other compressor that you can get an emulator for? To control a sub? Without adding too many harmonics? Alright, how loud is this? Good. That's pretty crispy. I like that. Yeah. Okay. So now that we have our fundamental I'm going to add some texture to it as well. That makes it a little bit more like a little bit looser, which is kind of nice. And what we can do with that is we can use a transient shaper and pull the tail off. Oh, not that much. That's a lot. Okay, let's add some more texture to that. It's kind of like a Flying Lotus beatbox thing, you know? So we'll kind of do something along the lines of that here in a second, but just kind of thinking about what kind of drums I want in my track or whatever. And then we'll do some kind of weird Foley in here or something. That might be kind of cool to do something like really obscure like this. Excuse me. Hmm. Texture, texture, texture. I need to get some sample Foley stuff. I mean, the phone, like a phone is great, you know. I just don't. I was on a call with Chi last night and he was giving me shit because he was like, dude, you never sample? Like, what are you even doing with your life? I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just making shit. That's pretty nice. So we've got a couple clap variations. And now what I will do is we will make a rim shot. 40 kilohertz. Get a setup meant for scientific research. That way when I pitch it down an octave, you don't hear the frequency ceiling. Yeah, like a high sample rate, so that way, like, yeah, I get it. I don't know. My thing is, like, I don't fucking go outside. Yeah. I don't leave my house. And even though there's tons of objects in here and stuff, I'd rather just get a sample pack or something. What was I doing now? Right. Very demure polymer. Yeah. We need this. We need a double take of this. We need this to be like, set this to be here. Going to set this to be actually, and that's how you make a rim shot. It's not bad. Not bad at all. This is just getting better and better. I'm just gonna pull this one out because even though it could probably be louder, the timbre of it is like, what more could you ask for? Sorry, forgive me. I'm not saying that as in like, oh, I make amazing drums, but more as a means of like, oh, I'm very happy with the way that it sounds. Yeah, it is quiet. It doesn't sound quiet, but it is quiet. Nice. So we got a dry one. Now let's make it a little less dry. For this polymer, I'm going to turn this back into stereo. That is so snappy. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Um. Yo. Yeah. So what's up? Was that like a kabuki? You know, like uh, what is a kabuki thing? You. We have like the gong that's like. I'm glad you at least know what I'm talking about because for a second there I'm just like, dude, what am I even? Let me find a rim shot. Actually, nah. Let me just explore. About to make a beat. What are you gonna make? Do you know? Hmm. Ooh. Sometimes there's only 6 of these in here though. If I use this, if I'm gonna use the spring reverb, then I'll use Big Sky, which is probably the best and obviously like most expensive thing in here. But yeah, I don't think that I have a lot of spring impulse responses. Pigeonholed into dub surf territory pretty quick. What with spring reverb? I think it can be cool. That's kind of cool. I mean, you could even do like a frequency shifter or something. Just high pass it. Ah, I see. See what you're saying. Reminds me, I'm writing a zero latency convolution algorithm right now. I can't handle multiple hundreds of megabytes of RIR data. Well, that's why like yeah, that's why most convolution reverbs don't allow you to modify anything or modulate anything. So like this convolution reverb, you can't modulate this, or I think you can do the brightness, but you can't do that or the sample offset just because of how much latency or how much memory it requires. What can you modulate? So you can modulate the brightness and the pre-delay, but yeah, you can't modulate the tune, which kind of sucks, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. There's other ways around it. Because you have wet effects, then you just use a pitch shifter or something, and that'll give you some, something that's something that's also stupid. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with the has to be baked into the FFT spectra once. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that, dude. That is a nice fucking rim shot. Have I heard of GPU audio? That's where it processes with your GPU, right? I think. Whoa. Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't know much. Oops. Just barely modifying this to where. There we go. There's a couple of things that can do it. Like Serum can do it. Um, Convology XT can do it. Serum is cheating? Oh, I didn't know that. Hey, what's up, Astro? Close. Does halftime have different drum kits than DMB, or can I use my DMB kits to attempt halftime? Anything goes, dude. It's more... Halftime is hip-hop, bro. Like, it's just hip-hop with very sound designy elements. And it doesn't even have to be neuro shit, you know? It could just be... whatever, really. I think that for the kind of halftime that myself and and the people that I look up to do, the groove is. But there are a lot of songs that's just, or almost like a drum set pattern. But like the groove is my favorite thing about this. Halftime, you have more space for all the tails on the drums. Uh, kind of. I still feel like everything is really tight, unless if you're doing like just a kick and snare. So I think what I want to do is I'm actually going to dial this back just a bit on the second one. So it's interesting that that seems like it has a pitch. It's almost going up, up, up. What's up, Lon? How are you? Catch your stream. Yeah, it's a halftime label. It's one of the halftime labels, if you will. That's a sick groove. I really like that. Oh my god. What's a fifth of F sharp? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C sharp? Okay. Or D flat? I'm gonna go into chord mode on here. I think this was the one I wanted. Needs a little bit more groove. And I'm going to change the melody just a little bit. But it's the rhythm is pretty close to what I'm wanting. Members here on YouTube forgot what I do lessons and stuff. When I can, I'll sign up to your Patreon. I need to learn the ways of halftime. I would just book a lesson with me. Well, actually, no. Instead of paying any money whatsoever, I would just binge my videos before anything. And then once you've gotten everything you can, then if it feels right, I would say consider booking me for a lesson. Okay, let's get that in. That's nice. You create a space right there. Yeah, kind of that lowrider, you know. I was feeling kind of hip-hoppy today, so.
Recording to logbook.
Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Gunwood Bruce. Represent your set. Exactly. Oh, shit. Oh, sorry. I was trying to. Want a little bit more. There we go. It's like one of my like must use things in here. I just this noise thing. I don't know, man. I just love this shit. Yeah, exactly. I want these to be a little bit. I want this to be a little bit more present, so I'm gonna add some volume to this. Thank you, man. I've learned from the greats, and I attribute everything I know about drums to them. Um, I've like Cage and Chi for the most part. And I gotta give some credit to Copycat too, because he actually gave me like all of the tools to like what makes how to make kicks and snares, but I think that I wasn't ready for the information. Um, but 2022, man, when I started doing lessons with Cage and Chi, or wait, I was doing lessons with Cage in 2021, and then in 2023 I started doing more lessons with Chi, and I think my biggest compliment was, and I'm not trying to like glaze or fanboy or anything, but like it was one of the most validating things to say, or like to play. I played a track for Chi, and he was like, "Can I see those drums?" And I was just like, my face just went, whoosh, and I was like, "Absolutely, I will give you everything that I know." I ended up making those drums in Current. That's what those were. It was this. It was the kick specifically that I think that he liked, but yeah, it's. Getting ahead of myself. Yeah, man, I owe so much to those guys, like just for this channel itself. Oh, I was wondering why this wasn't doing the thing, and that's because I forgot to set it to, I need to set this to chord mode. There we go. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. But Yeah, I to be honest with you, like as basic as this is, I'm already happy with it. So that is sick. I didn't know I could do that. Oh man, like he did so much for the community. Like I have nothing but respect for him. I've been lucky enough to meet him. I actually in 2023 I got to stay a week with him and Frequent in Colorado, and they were working on Upscare at the time. I went out there for my birthday, and I didn't get to do any production with them because they were kind of just, well, they were in the midst of writing and stuff, and it was kind of just like awkward timing. But he still let me come by, and it was really refreshing just to hang around a bunch of fucking nerds for a week and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go out to Colorado and fucking hang out with Frequent and like look at his production and look at what he's doing and all that other shit. So there's a thing on here to where you can set these inversions, but I don't know how to do that. I don't remember how to do that. But yeah, there's all these inversions and stuff on here that you can utilize. I just... Let me change that on. Oh, here we go. Okay. Bro, what just happened? It'd probably be easier for me to like write out some chords on here instead, and do that, because I'm realizing that if I hold the step like this, then I can change the voicing on this. Which is really cool. And then you can change the voicing to no inversion, open voicing, which is, that's actually pretty fucking sick. No. Sorry, we're not going to use that at vanilla in the song. We're just going to use this as a means of chord manipulation. Set that to 1/8. That's kind of cool. How do I get to the next page? Oh shit. It's a little too happy, so I might mess with inversion of this. Oh yeah, absolutely. So let me strong retrigger offset. There's so many chords in here. It's awesome. I mean, playing between the minor and the major, right? So I think the first chord is a minor one, and the second one kind of gives it that vibe. But I would like to go do 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 do, right? So I might only be able to get to that from transposing, to be honest. Actually, da, da. So I guess what I would do is maybe even transition that back into a minor, to be honest. Sorry, guys. Hey, Aaron, what's up, brother? Trying to see if there's a way that I can modify that. No, it doesn't look like it. I don't think so. Oh, that's why that did that. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to get to the second page of this. And I don't know how to do that. Oh, wait, there's another chord mode on here that... No, that's the arpeggiator. want those triads. Okay, whatever. I'll just make do, and then I'll figure out what to do with it. But that second chord is still something I need to change. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. That's nice. Sorry guys, I know that I spent a lot of time on that, but can I actually sick. Okay. This is what I wanted. Because now I can oh, that's why that was doing that. Yeah. Yeah. Tritone. What? You what? Wait, what? That's odd. Why is it still playing the chords? That's why. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to figure this out because I want to figure out what chord I need to get back to the home because I want it to go boo doo doo, right? You know what, to be honest, I don't know what it would be called. So that's kind of what I want, or what I would like for our, like just a chorus or something, you know? Turnaround. Is that a chord or where is that coming in? Going to knock the phase off of this like ever so slightly and do this over a really slow course. If I would have done an extra gesture, that would have been terrible, but not catching me slipping today. It's almost there, not quite. I don't really want all of that heaviness in the high mids. There we go. It's a shaker. Okay, so I'm going to sidechain this to audio 7. My rubato video should be advertised everywhere out, for real. Thank you, man. Can I just be real with you? Like, I need your help. I need, like, if share it with somebody. That's the best thing that I could say is if you like my content, share it with somebody. I'm not asking for money or anything like that, unless if I have products that you like, but that's kind of the big thing is I just need people to share it. I feel like I should probably sidechain this to audio or to volume instead, because if this is off, this is probably going to be really loud. Yeah. So maybe I just won't have any makeup gain, and I'll just turn this up a little bit overall. That's what it is. Just thanks, man. I really like Akira Yamaoka, but like nobody does it like him, you know. And like I tend to overcook my drums, where a lot of his stuff, like I think it's just like flat acoustic, you know what I mean? Like almost no processing other than taking out the high end. And you know, but no hard drums. It's all just like flat as fuck. And so that's one thing that I can't get right. But as far as the moody pads and all that stuff, like, yeah, I think I can get kind of close. so much. A little less. Little less. Little less. Little less conversation, a little more action. Just kidding. What's up, dude? Just gonna make these all legato. Hydrostar?
Grand Cross.
You did the thing with the convolution?
Grand Cross. Grand Cross. 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 Grand Cross.
That's kind of cool.
Grand Cross.
Where's the rubato video? On my channel. Party time! It's one way. Faceplant is so unoptimized on Bitwig for some reason. There we go. It's almost there. It's not quite how I want it yet, but it's not the worst either. I want it to have just a little bit more bite. Oh God. No. Yeah, so now we kind of just need to create a pattern that doesn't suck. Not that I care about this pattern because I'm not going to use it. I'm just looking for fills anyways, but like that was cool. The monster sound or whatever. Grand Cross. So we can just kind of throw something in there. I just want like just one thing. Yeah, it's kind of cool, but it sounds too much like "arr" as opposed to like being really pissed off. And so we need to make it angrier. And I think that we can actually do that by coming back to this and working on the OTT here. That's okay. This is not okay. We don't really want a lot of that, but... there's that I was trying to see if I can like kind of muffle it with, or not muffle it, but kind of change it into something that's a little bit more of like crunchy as opposed to yeah, maybe Bit Crusher. Sounded like I almost had it for a sec. Yeah, that's way more. Sorry, guys. That might be kind of cool. Maybe I can just do the whole phrase. You know, this actually, it sounds like two voices. It sounds like there's one in the beginning where it's like, whom, and then there's another one that sounds like a different voice that's going, ow. You hear it? I don't think it fits the song, but I think that's a cool sound. Hi, baby. You being good? It's probably time for me to feed her soon. Hey, Jimmy, what's up? She wants out. I'm sure they do. I mean, this is just a hip hop track, you know. Yeah, I still need to do like some resampling and find more layers and stuff, but from just like sketching an idea, you know, I'm like, it's pretty sick. Yeah, so I can add more melody and interpretation and stuff to this. We'll call this Grand Cross. Does anybody have any questions about anything? She's like, when are you gonna let me out? I'm trapped in this prison. Only to be defiled by the contempt of my own dwelling. Pretty happy. We did a bass. We made a thing. I figured out how to use the chord mode on the Oxy 1, which makes me really happy. And to be honest with you, I didn't really do a whole lot of resampling today, which is pretty odd. I don't do that very often. But the next time I come back into this section, or the next time I come back to this beat, then I can just go ham with the resampling and get all the textures and all that other stuff. Well, I don't know. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, who's all in here? How many people do I have? Tonight at 12, in about 5 hours, I've got Tompu from Saturate Records. We're going to be doing an interview tonight. We're just going to be talking about production. I think that there's something that he wants to discuss. But aside from that, I don't really have anything else that I want to do today, except for hang out with Corey and my dog. Dude, every song that I've made in the last 5 years is on stream. 98% of what I've made. I do lots of synthesis, but that's because like I use synthesis as a way to get into what I'm doing, if that makes sense. And I've kind of just like integrated. Come in. I've kind of integrated. Hi, baby. I can feed her. I'm getting ready to hop off. I said I can feed her. I'm getting ready to hop off. You okay? You okay? Oh, you took a nap? I said, oh, you took a nap? Okay. Yeah, I'll feed her in like the next 10 minutes. Yeah, so I use synthesis a lot to get into like what I'm doing, but it also helps because as a content creator, sample pack maker, whatever, I'm just like, let's just start with some drums, you know? And it takes a bit, but it's kind of worth it, you know? And today we made a kick from, well, we started making a kick from the beatboxing, and then we did the snare and the clap and the rim and all that other stuff from scratch. But yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of my thing. And then every once in a while I'll take some shortcuts, like I'll use my hats or something from the sample pack, or I'll just use the hat rack, which is what I made. And that's kind of my cheat code to making hats, which has just been, it's turned out so well. Out of everything I've made, my hat rack, this thing is so dope. You just hit keys and it'll make hats for you, and all of those sound incredible. And I can just cut them up and then use them as I see fit for the track. It's so nice, dude. It's like, I'll show you. I think I made a video on this, but the trick to it is that, for one, every single parameter with every hat engine and Bitwig is randomized every time I hit a note, which you can turn off. Then there's a selector that will swap between each one. And then on here, this is the real sauce. These are 20-something different convolution reverbs that has a selector of different hi-hat impulse responses. So this these two selectors here, there's a toggle on here that will swap between either this one or this one. So right now this one's activated, but if you look, that's how it's kind of getting that realistic tone. And then from this, I also have some stuff that creates noise, just a little bit. And then this is, I think, just another hi-hat over this that I'm playing with, like, actual space. But this right here is lightning in a bottle. Yeah, this is lightning in a bottle. I mean, to be fair though, like, most of you all probably know me by now. Like, the kinds of devices that I build and stuff are like percussive generators. So like even if I were to use something like Life, the other racks that I have included on here, like this, actually some of that was kind of cool. So we could even take that and span this out and do something like this. And then we just stretch it out and like find cool hits. Convolution reverb. So that was actually kind of cool. Yeah, convolution reverb is the key, along with like short delays or physical modeling. Yeah, something like that. And then just a call and response, right? So excuse me, sorry. Something like this. And then if we can make all of this like just really short, like this. Like super duper short. Then we can get that like techie, one version of like really techie. Which I'd want to variate it, but just as a perk line. There we go. And then we can make it a little bit louder. A little bit louder now. that's one way to do it. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna feed. I'm gonna feed my little trouble starter. Nah, she's great. But much love. Thank you so much. I'll be back I'll be back later tonight, and then I'll be back tomorrow again on Saturday, where I don't really know what we'll do, but we'll do something fun. I hope that you all had a good time with me. If you can, do me a favor, share my stuff or check out alchemy.com, book a lesson with me, whatever I can do to help you out. I'm here to just have fun and enjoy the process, as people say. But yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate it. And I will see you all either later tonight or tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Maybe. Maybe. It won't let me leave. Where do you think you're going?